My name is Soraya. I was born in Kandahar, a city that has seen more war than peace. My childhood was filled with the sound of gunfire and the fear of bombs. I grew up fast because I had no choice. Life taught me to be strong, but also to hide my tears. In those dark days, I met Jamal. He was the light I never thought I would find. Jamal was different. His eyes carried pain, but also hope. He worked hard to help his family and studied whenever he could. I noticed him first at the market. He was buying bread for his younger brother. I saw the kindness in his hands, the gentleness in the way he spoke. Later, we met again through friends, and slowly we began to talk. In the middle of war and fear, our hearts found each other. Love in Kandahar was not like love in peaceful places. We had no flowers, no music, no safe walks in the park. Our love was made of whispers, stolen glances, and short meetings in quiet corners. Every smile was a risk, but every risk felt worth it. Jamal made me believe in life again. As time passed, our bond grew stronger, but the war grew harsher too. There were more checkpoints, more attacks, more fear. Jamal told me one evening that we could not live like this anymore. He said we must leave Afghanistan and cross into Pakistan. He spoke with calm determination, but I could feel the fire in his words. I was afraid, yet deep inside, I knew he was right. There was no future for us in Kandahar. If we stayed, we would only see more loss. We sold everything we could. My small earrings, his old books, even some of our clothes. We gathered money and found a smuggler who promised to take us across the border. He said it would be dangerous, but we were desperate. We had dreams of a life where bombs would not wake us at night, where children could go to school, and where love could grow without fear. The night of our escape came. It was dark and cold. My heart pounded as we walked through the fields, guided by the smuggler. Jamal held my hand tightly, as if he knew it might be the last time. The silence of the night was heavy. Only the sound of our steps and the distant barking of dogs broke it. I could feel fear in my bones, but Jamal's presence kept me moving. At the edge of the border, the smuggler stopped. He turned to Jamal and demanded more money. We were shocked. We had already given him everything we had. Jamal pleaded, but the man did not care. Finally, Jamal took off his family ring and his watch, treasures he had carried since childhood. He gave them away with a heavy heart. I saw the pain in his eyes, but he smiled at me to keep me calm. We continued forward, closer to the border fence. Suddenly, lights flashed and shouts filled the air. Border guards had seen us. My body froze, but Jamal pulled me forward. Then, the sound of gunfire cracked the night. Bullets cut through the air. We ran, but it was chaos. I felt Jamal's hand slip. then heard a sound that will never leave me. He had been hit. I turned and saw him fall to the ground. Blood spread across his shirt. My scream was silent in my throat. I knelt beside him, my hands shaking, my tears blinding me. He looked at me with pain, but also with love. His voice was weak, almost gone. He whispered, "Run, Soraya. Please, you must live." I refused. I held him, crying, telling him I could not leave him. But he pushed me with the last of his strength. He said again, "Run." His eyes begged me, not for himself, but for me. He wanted me to survive. Bullets still cut the air. The smuggler was gone, disappeared into the darkness. I had no choice. With my heart breaking, I kissed Jamal's forehead and ran. I ran with tears streaming down my face, my body heavy with grief. Behind me, I left the man who had been my everything. Ahead of me was only fear and emptiness. I crossed into Pakistan that night, but my soul remained in Kandahar, lying by the border where Jamal fell. Now, I live in a refugee camp. The tents are small, the ground is rough, and the air smells of dust and sorrow. Every day is hard, but every night is harder. At night, I sit with the other women. We share stories to keep ourselves alive. Some tell of homes destroyed. Some tell of children lost. And I tell my story of love and loss. I tell them about Jamal, about how we dreamed of a life beyond war. I tell them how he gave away his last treasures just to give us a chance. I tell them how he became my shield, how he gave his life so that I could live. The women listen, and sometimes they cry with me. Sometimes they hold my hands and whisper prayers. They say I am lucky to have known such love, even if it ended in tragedy. But luck feels like a cruel word. I am alive, yes, but my life is built on his sacrifice. Every time I close my eyes, I see him. I see his smile. I hear his voice. I feel his hand slipping from mine. I relive that night over and over. The guilt of surviving burns inside me. Why him and not me? Why am I here while he is gone? The questions never end. And yet, his last words guide me. Run, Soraya. Please, you must live. I hear them every day. They remind me that my life now carries his dream. I try to be strong for him. I help women in the camp. I share food when I can. I comfort children who cry at night. In these small acts, I feel Jamal near me. I know I will never forget him. Our love was born in war, grew in silence, and ended in gunfire. But it was real. It was strong. It was mine. Jamal was my heart, my hope, my everything. When I tell my story, I always finish with the same words. I am alive because he became my shield. I am breathing because he chose to stop breathing. I carry his love inside me, and I will until my last day. The camp may be my home now, but my true home will always be with Jamal, in the memories we shared and in the sacrifice he made. My life is a gift from him, and I must honor it, even through tears. I am Soraya, a girl from Kandahar. I lost the man I loved on a border filled with darkness, but his love still burns in me, guiding me through the shadows. And as long as I live, his story will live too.